We got a question we're going to answer for you guys related to films. All right.
Yeah.
Should young kids make films if they're showing interest?
In my opinion, yay, nay.
Yay, nay. What's the nay?
The nay is this. I feel like with social media and a lot of YouTubers per se, or entertainers as we like to say, being so young today, there's pressure in people being like, I want to be like them. I want to be like this really popular person. So they're forcing it and trying to get the views. They're trying to get people on social media just because they want to have the number and the following. And as a young kid, that's kind of unhealthy to think of and to a mindset to live by.
I agree with you. But
Yes.
the question is, should they make films?
Yeah.
If they're showing interest?
Yeah, that's why I said
there's
yay.
a difference. Yes, yeah,
And
nay. There's a difference between a kid wanting to do something fun and trying to grow an audience and people please.
Yeah.
I don't think you should have your frontal cortex being developed at that young age with the mindset of trying to be a performer, an entertainer, or constantly seeking out the approval of other people. Because, I mean, your perspective has even changed since you were like just a couple years ago. Same with me.
I mean,
as far as like how you view audience, how you view yourself as you get older. You know what I mean?
not really, but okay. I feel like you're just slightly throwing a little jab at me for some reason.
I'm not throwing any jabs.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm really not.
Well, I mean, I guess you see me as different because you're my brother than other people, but
yeah, I mean, we have a lot of conversations. I'm just saying, I know conversations we have today sound different than what we had 2 years ago.
Well, yeah, because
Your
I've
perspective
grown
changes.
up, of course.
Okay,
I've
at the
grown
very
up.
least, you can agree your perspective changes because you've grown up.
Yeah, because
So a kid,
I'm a lot.
yeah.
I've matured and I've grown up.
So we circle back to what you were saying
Yeah.
earlier. A kid hasn't grown up. So then
No.
it's not good to put them in an environment where they're constantly trying to people please.
Yeah.
However, if they're showing an interest in filmmaking or cultivating a skill in video and production and editing, what do you think about that? I think that's something they should do.
Yeah, I mean, it gives them a good outlet for something to do and you learn, and it makes you very educational when you do it. I mean, from when we were like, I was 10, you were like 11, 12, we were making films. I mean, our very first film was when I was like 10 or maybe 11.
Yeah.
With our friends.
You're pretty young. Yeah.
And we constantly were doing that with our friends. I mean, today, like the Midnight Special, if you go watch our podcast on Spotify, we are with our friends because we were doing that growing up. We talk about that all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, actually, our first film was Fight the Good Fight. But a few months before we filmed Fight the Good Fight, I made a little short video called UPS Wait. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And that was pretty much me we had ordered swords online.
Was that our first film?
Because it wasn't our first film. I put it together.
Well, no, I thought
it was right before Fight the Good Fight.
No, because we didn't even have a camera on Fight the Good Fight, the original, the first one.
Yeah.
Then we used our friend Seth's camera.
No, but we did. Remember the last bit of the film, his camera battery died, and we didn't have an extra, so we used the cool pics to finish it off. Do you not remember that?
I mean, I remember things better than you, so...
In this case, he doesn't remember.
I do remember.
Okay. Either way, we were filming pretty young, and I think it's helped us a lot because it teaches you how to breathe production, live in this world, learn things from a younger age that sticks with you. We are not like super professionals, but we do know a lot more than the average person who's just like getting into film now. You know what I mean? Obviously.
I'd say we're pretty professional now.
Yeah, we're professional. I mean, we've both done jobs that pay for video production, either in editing or behind a camera. And so we understand the world of filmmaking and production. And we did that because we started at a young age and we gained experience. And doing that, we actually kind of learned that's kind of what we enjoy, you know?
Yeah.
You leaned into photography a lot on top of video production. I didn't catch the photography bug, but, you know, you kind of learn stuff as you go through the process.
Yeah, and what's your likes and dislikes. So yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. I think everybody that kind of can extend to most things, not just filmmaking. It's just our experience was in filmmaking, and so it's something that we're going to recommend. But again, I feel like there's a pretty good solid difference between doing a hobby, it's learning something, and like trying to become a YouTube star.
Yeah, and that also can throw back to our video we did like last week where we said you have to be unique and do your own thing. If you're a kid just copying someone else's videos like a YouTuber, you're not doing your own thing.
Yeah.
So you have to do your own thing in filmmaking. But I will say this. I have gone into a couple like independent film, I don't even know what they call them, like people showing their films that are independent films.
Mm-hmm.
And man,
what?
They've gone a little too far off the track. Like they were.
What do you mean?
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Down in Colombia when we went to that.
Oh, we went to a film festival?
Film festival.
A film festival. Oh,
where
gosh.
These people, just independent film creators, they were like college students that thought that they're so unique if they do this or this about one of them, not to like, I don't even know if I should say this because I don't. They were not affiliated, but one was like in a spaceship, and it was like they were farting in the spaceship in clothes they couldn't open.
But it was like a weird paper mache thing. And with them like on a green screen.
Yeah, it was just so off the wall that's like, this is not even good.
Okay, I don't think, unless you have kind of a narrative thing going on, I wouldn't call that a film. Would you?
I mean, they thought it was a film.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
People think of anything that you just film and edit as a film, but it's not. It's just a video. I think there should be a distinction. I mean, do you have an opinion on that?
My opinion is this. Some people are made for it. Some people aren't. And so maybe you should know when you're not.
But you're going to learn that at a young age, maybe.
Yeah.
If you start to see improvement when you're young, then by the time you're older, you have promise. By the time we're even older than we are today, we'll be even farther along.
Yeah, we're going to be like, I always say we're young little croutons. We're going to be soggy little, what happens to a crouton when it gets wet?
A soggy little bread lump.
Bread lump that not even the ducks want.
Not even the ducks want. We're halfway between the stage of a crouton and a not very duck-friendly bread lump.
Yep.
That's lightly seasoned.
Yeah, but it's still got a little bit of garlic on it.
A little bit of garlic. A little bit. All right. If you're interested in filmmaking and you're a young kid, like 12, 13, maybe 10, yeah, get into it. See if you like it. Go from there. But if you're wanting to like become a YouTube star, be cautious.
Yes, because we wouldn't say that don't do it if you really want to do that, but just be cautious.
But like even fame, it's kind of proven from the psychology world that fame can really mess up a kid.
Yes.
I mean, Joe Rogan just talked to Miley Cyrus on his podcast, and she went into how much crap she went through becoming so famous when she was so young. And she was like, what, 14, 13 when she started? Something like that.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing when you're young, and we're going off the rails a little bit, but
it's fine.
Just to be honest, when you're doing films and be doing that stuff, because I know the biggest thing for her, and just in general, being a young kid and even being in front of the camera and people watching you, they like to, when you're in front of the camera, you like to glorify things, highlight the good things, and don't bring up the bad stuff. Mm-hmm. And so when you're a young kid, just be honest about everything. And that way you're not like glorifying the good stuff and making it seem like your life's better than it is.
Yeah.
Do you agree? Because
because
a big thing on that podcast, she said like, even from a young age, she was still on Disney Channel or whatever she would. Yeah, Disney
she
Channel,
started
that's right.
Disney Channel, yeah.
She was smoking so much weed, but nobody was like, we can't bring this up because she's on Disney Channel.
Yeah, you can't talk about it, and she's gonna do what she wants. It's not all that it's made out to be. Even as adults, but I think kids fall into that trap easier about wanting fame. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that's just our 2 cents on the topic of
childhood filmmaking.
Yep. Take it with a grain of salt, but we have been doing this for a little bit, so maybe you can take our advice somehow. We're just a bunch of crazy crack dads trying to give advice. Would you agree?
Yeah. We're just crazy on our way to becoming soggy lumps of bread. Hey, if you got a question for us, you can email that question to wiseworksproduction@gmail.com, and we will answer it in these videos. Send us a film question. We'd love to talk about it.
Yep.
All right.